All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1001, Cooper versus Johnson.
Thank you.
Sir.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Cooper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I brought this case to court because I'd like to put myself on child support.
All right, let's be real. How often do you hear about someone begging to be put on child support? That's exactly what Mr. Cooper is doing. And no, it's not because he's trying to dodge his responsibilities, it's because it's the only way he can see his own children. From the very start, this case takes a sharp turn. Most people are trying to avoid child support, but this father, he's running straight toward it. Why? That's the real question. It's obvious there's more going on here than just numbers on a court order. Is this a desperate plea for justice or a calculated move for control? Because when a parent volunteers to take on financial obligations just to get basic parental rights, it doesn't just scream desperation, it whispers something deeper, something darker. Is this really about love for the kids? Or is there revenge hiding behind the paperwork? One thing's clear, this case is anything but ordinary.
So you're putting yourself on child support to see your kids more often?
Yes, Amanda Johnson, my ex, has made it difficult lately for me to see my kids. I thought that if I was on child support, it might be easier to have some kind of scheduled time that I can actually see my children.
Okay, when you say she's been making it difficult lately, what types of things has she been doing?
She's been rescheduling when I come to pick them up. She's said that she's too busy and that I can't hang out with them on the weekends. She's just generally made it tough for me to see my kids.
Okay. Why have you made it tough for him to see his kids?
Your Honor, my ex-boyfriend has a new girlfriend and I do not like her. I do not like her being around my children. I think she's a terrible influence on my kids. And I know that if I give them more time with him, it's going to
Buckle up, because here comes the real reason behind all the chaos. Amanda finally admits the truth. She's keeping the kids away from their father not because of danger, not because of abuse, not even because of neglect, but because she simply doesn't like his new fiancé, that S, right? No safety concerns. No red flags. Just vibes. And here's the kicker, they've only been engaged for 3 months. 3 months. This isn't just shade. Amanda's throwing a full-blown legal wrench into her children's relationship with their father all over her personal feelings. So, what is this really? A mother's instinct? Or pure jealousy wrapped in courtroom drama? You decide.
her, and I do not approve of that whatsoever.
Okay, so you're mad because he doesn't want to be with you and moved on? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm mad because he has only been dating this woman for 3 months. Now suddenly they're engaged. I think she's a terrible person and I don't want my children to be around her. This is about the well-being of my children.
This is about the well-being of your children, but you don't like her. Do you even know her?
I have met her one
It's
time.
a yes or a no. Have you even met her before?
Technically, yes, I have met her before.
Okay, so you met her one time.
I know people who are friends with her. I've seen her
You know,
on
I'm not
social
going to do this
media.
tap dancing back and forth with you. You're going to answer my question when it's very direct. So you met her one time.
Yes, ma'am.
And based on that one time of meeting her, you believe she's a bad influence on your children.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that today.
Now this is where things get spicy. Judge Vonab, he's not having it. Amanda's credibility takes a serious nosedive when the court learns she's only met her ex's fiancé once, still labeled her unfit to be around the kids. That's not motherly instinct, that's courtroom conjecture. The judge starts peeling back the layers, and suddenly Amanda's so-called concerns start to look a lot more like resentment. If you've ever watched someone try to disguise bitterness as protection, this is it, playing out in real time. But here's the real question. Is any of this fair to the kids?
He should not have to come to court to place himself on child support in order to see his kids, especially when it's for a reason that has nothing to do with them. He's in a new relationship. Obviously, you're mad, and you're just mad because he is in that new relationship, not with you. And because you're mad, you're trying to hold it against him with his kids.
Oh, no, that has nothing to do
That's
with
not how
it.
it works. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, that's what it sounds like, right?
That's what it
I
sounds
don't
like,
want
Your
him
Honor.
back.
Yep.
I don't want to be with him at all.
No, you don't want him back. You just don't want him to be with anyone else.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what it sounds like. And you can roll your eyes and everything. You know, that doesn't bother me one bit because I can do it too. So we're going to go ahead and start child support today. You are going to allow him to see the children. It's not a what if, I don't like her, she's a bad influence. It has nothing to do with that. You're going to allow him to see his children.
This is the moment Amanda gets called out hard. Judge Vonda B doesn't hold back. She makes it crystal clear. The kids have a right to a relationship with their father, and Amanda's personal issues with his new fiancé. They don't get a vote, because this isn't about Amanda anymore. What the judge delivers isn't just a legal win for Mr. Cooper, it's a full-on dismantling of manipulative co-parenting, a bold statement that children aren't pawns, and bitterness doesn't belong in custody court. In one ruling, Judge Vonda flips the power dynamic on its head, drawing a firm line, using kids as weapons out of spite. Not in her courtroom. Now, here's the real question. Would you have laid down the law this hard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. And you understand that you're going to be paying child support, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, how much money do you make a year?
$48,000.
$48,000. And how old are the children?
12 and 14.
12 and 14. And who covers health insurance for the children?
We have Medicaid, Your Honor.
Okay. So just so you all are aware, Medicaid is not health insurance. It's a benefit it's provided through the state, to assist with the children going to the doctor and the hospital if needed or anything like that. So that, because it is from a state agency, you are going to have to pay it back to them. Okay.
Okay.
And it's going to be included in your monthly obligation for child support. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. So I have your gross at $4,000 a month, which brings your net to $3,000.
With emotions finally cooling down, it's time to get down to the numbers. Mr. Cooper earns $48,000 a year, and now the court's breaking down exactly how much of that will go toward child support. Medicaid enters the equation, and Judge Vonda makes it clear, even though it's a state benefit, it still has to be reimbursed. In other words, there's no such thing as a free ride. It's a sobering reality. Wanting to be in your children's lives is a noble fight, but it comes with a cost. And for Mr. Cooper, that cost is $1,122.50 a month. So now the question is that too steep, or just the price of doing what's right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. And you understand that you're going to be paying child support, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, how much money do you make a year?
$48,000.
$48,000. And how old are the children?
12 and 14.
12 and 14. And who covers health insurance for the children?
We have Medicaid, Your Honor.
Okay. So just so you all are aware, Medicaid is not health insurance. It's a benefit it's provided through the state, to assist with the children going to the doctor and the hospital if needed or anything like that. So that, because it is from a state agency, you are going to have to pay it back to them. Okay.
Okay.
And it's going to be included in your monthly obligation for child support. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. So I have your gross at $4,000 a month, which brings your net to $3,000.01. So your child support obligation is $762.50. In addition to the Medicaid. So what happens is I have to take 9% of your gross, and that's the amount that you would pay back for Medicaid. That's what the law says has to be done. So 9% of $4,000 gives me $360. So when you add the two together, comes out to $1,122.50 a month. Now, if you were to enroll the children into private health insurance, which I'm sure you can find something a lot cheaper than $360, your child support amount would go down.
Okay.
So you have the option to do that. If you have private insurance through your employer, or if you want to enroll the children under something outside of your employer, you can do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. All right. Do you all have any other questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge Vonderby closes the case with one final push offering. Mr. Cooper, a rare lifeline, a chance to lower his monthly payments by securing private insurance. It's an unexpected moment of empowerment in a courtroom that usually runs on orders, obligations, and red tape. Because this wasn't just about child support, it was about choices. As both parties are dismissed, the shift is undeniable. Amanda's grip on control. Checked, Mr. Cooper. He walks out not just with legal rights but with something even more powerful: clarity. If this case left you speechless too, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done differently?